Alright, here I'm going to show you how to remove an oven door, and more importantly how to put that oven door back on again. And this example, this is a GE profile. I've got an upper and lower oven, and we're going to look at removing the upper door and replacing it. If you've ever taken this on yourself without knowing a few little key details, you might have found yourself in a very frustrating situation, particularly getting the oven back on again. Now the approach may vary, but in most cases ovens are very similar in terms of the doors, the removal, and to the reinstallation. You might want to remove the door for access, for cleaning, and so forth. So in order to remove the door here in this particular instance, in this oven door, you're going to see that when you open the door to the fully open position, you've got a hinge in each corner, bottom left and bottom right. There's a little hinge lock there. And in order to remove the door, you want to go ahead and open or disengage that hinge lock. Now you can use a simple flathead screwdriver here. There's a little notch in the top, and pull it towards you to disengage that hinge lock. And on the right side, same thing. Now I'm going to go ahead and show an up close here. Alright, and here's the hinge up close. This is the hinge lock that I'm going to go ahead and disengage in order to remove the door. There's a little notch at the top that easily fits a flathead screwdriver. You might be able to use a fingernail, apply force backward, and you'll see the hinge will open up. You can then finish the job, and now the hinge lock is disengaged or open. On the other side, same thing. Sometimes it can be a little tight, so the aid of a screwdriver will certainly help. Open it up, and there you go. Now the door is able to be lifted up. Now that the hinge locks have been disengaged, you want to go ahead and carefully raise the door up, grabbing it on the sides. You don't want to use a handle for that necessarily, but the sides. Lean it inward, and then when it's open, almost in the closed position, lift it up and out. And you'll see that there's a prong on either side. That's what engages with the hinge. Then you want to go ahead and set the door carefully in a safe spot. Alright, now I've got the oven door resting on the floor, and in order to put the door back in, and this is where the frustration comes in, you can save yourself a lot of time and a lot of trouble and having to pay someone else to do this, is you'll notice each door prong has a little notch in the bottom. Okay, this notch is what you have to set in the slots in the oven and rest it there. And I'm going to show you how that. Right, those little notches will need to be set in here so that they grab the bottom in the slot here on either side of the oven itself. So you want to go ahead and take the door, guide the prongs into the slots, and make sure that the little notch at the bottom rests on top of the bottom of each slot. All right, holding the door on each side, you're going to look at the prong, see the notch at the bottom, guide both notches into the slots carefully, allow it to put a little bit of weight towards the bottom, and rest it so that it's grabbing those notches at the bottom. And then you want to not close the door as you might be inclined to do, but open the door. And then you want to go ahead and lock the hinges back in place. You might be able to use your finger, and I'm going to give you a close-up of the other side. Just go ahead and lift up that hinge lock and push it all the way into place. It'll probably click in a little bit. Then you can go ahead and close the door, and that's all there is to it. Hopefully you haven't encountered too much frustration taking this on yourself. I'm hoping that this video helped you out with the process. This is a GE profile oven, different makes and models. The approach will vary somewhat, but in many cases they're quite similar in terms of how you do this. Thanks for watching.